And hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the best stream on the internet.
It totally is.
Two bald guys run into a brick wall over and over and over for 2 hours.
So here we go. This is Burke learns Blazor, episode 5-ish.
5? Yeah, there's now going on 7 hours of this on the internet, for better.
Okay, so big disclaimer. We were chatting about this before the show. This is a live coding show. It is not scripted. Unlike many shows you'll see on VS Code, .NET channels, etc., where we like plan everything out, we make sure everything's going to be perfect, we practice it 90 times. We're coding live, and we have an idea, we do some prep, but we don't write the code ahead of time. It's going to break, and we'll probably get it to work. Actually, we've gotten a good amount done so far.
Right? Yeah, we've made a lot of progress, but all we're trying to do, chat, is bring you into our experience, because we were going to do this anyway, so you're just a part of what we would be doing anyway. Yeah. Exactly. How am I doing? I'm doing Lust is Fire. Okay. I'm doing well. How are you doing? I don't even know how to say your name without it sounding really weird.
Yeah.
Tyrone, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for being here. Good evening. I assume, I'm going to guess
turn
based on the where are we at? Where are we at here? Where would it be nighttime right now? Everywhere but here. No. Maybe like Asia?
I don't know, but Clifford's asking from the UK, have we swapped sides? We have swapped sides again. This time we're back on your machine.
We are, yeah. I think swap sides, like, was I on the left last time or something?
Oh, maybe. Well, I think there was the I was the coder last time, and this time you're the coder.
I am the coder.
The backseat driver. What? Also, last time I was using Visual Studio, but I had not practiced the Copilot stuff, and I felt ashamed afterwards. And I made sure I was like up to speed. The extensions were working. I've been using Copilot like crazy over the past week. It's written so much code for me. So
awesome. Yeah, look, Jacob gets it. It's a normal day as a dev, right? So if you're actually building software that you've not built before, or even if you're just refactoring and you just know what to do on everything, you need to put in an application of Microsoft, because we need you, because that is not normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and also, like, I write a decent chunk of code I've actually been writing a lot of GitHub actions lately, validators and stuff.
YAMLs and
so I'm writing GitHub actions in .NET, and it validates. We use it behind the scenes to validate our .NET blog. So people write their posts in Markdown, and then I'm running all these validators on it and stuff. So,
all right, let's see here. I'm going to share my entire screen.
While you do that, I'll describe what we're doing for those that are new. So there's a website that Burke and Cecil created 5 years ago called the URList. And it's a place, it's kind of like Bitly, but a little more programmer friendly. And it does some neat things.
Yeah, it's just a glorified list application, to be honest with you, but it does it in a way, it has a very specific purpose. So anyways, check it out. It's called the URL list. You'll get it as soon as you see it. You'll be like, oh, I know what this is.
Yep.
Also, are we allowed to do shameless plugs for products on this channel?
I don't know. Let's
is this illegal, or what will Sela say about this? Sela's our legal team. These are
sponsored.
Dot's homestyle pretzels. Listen,
sweet and savory.
It's also the pride of Dakota, apparently. Oh. But listen, if you have these at your grocery store, which I'm pretty sure you do, buy them. They are delicious. This is the honey mustard flavor. There's also an original. You can't go wrong.
Okay.
Dot's homestyle pretzels. Okay. Let me put those back away because I ate them all.
Yep. So I snuck in a pull request since last week, because last week we wrote the save links action. I was kind of happy we got it done, as we've been doing. Like, we got this working right at the buzzer, like right as the show was finishing. And then I added this since then, because I thought I was doing some addition of validation stuff that I didn't think people would necessarily want to watch live. It's kind of boring. You can bring up the diffs if you want.
I mean, we can, but it's like, basically, I think we should just show it, right? Like, the two problems we're trying to solve here is, one, that you can't create a vanity that is already there. Okay. Yeah. The vanities have to be unique because they're URLs. And secondly, that you can't try to use a vanity that breaks the URL, because URLs can't just have any character. They need to have specific characters. All right. Yep. So that the vanity will not do either of those things.
And just for people new, can you bring up the URL list actual live site just so people see what we're building? Because
let's go here. Yeah, it's the homepage.
Yeah, cool. So this is a place where you can
work.
I don't know.
Login still work?
It has been for me. Woo! So you can create link bundles. That is not a very big link bundle.
No, VS Code extensions. Yeah, I think I was just trying to grab it like this. I grabbed my own
nice
URL.
Yeah. So when you put in a link, it goes and gets the stuff from the Open Graph, fills in the title and everything, and then it allows, that's some fancy resizing.
Do you like that? This is what I spent time on. Do you see it, y'all? How it kind of like breathes when you shrink it? Because if you resize it, I want you to be like, ooh, like if you do this. Wait, no, that didn't work. Oh, never mind. Anyway, what were you saying, John?
The vanity URL thing is the thing at the top, what you title your list.
If you do a new list here, so there's some front end validation and some back end validation. Okay, so and to be specific here, if you don't send a URL, like if you don't choose a link title, and really we should change this. This is like a bad name. It really should be link vanity URL. But like if you tried to put in test,
it's going to
front end. Yeah, the front end is going to do some validation. I can't believe test is actually available. Yeah, so the front end calls the back end and just asks, hey, is this URL available? But the thing is, like, it's not enough to just do that on the front end. We need to do it on the back end too. Yeah. And that's what John's pull request does.
Yep.
And you can't do like, how is test not taken? You can't do like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though I don't know if that's a valid URL character. Right now we have it restricted to like underscores. You can't do this, which we should change, right?
We should change. I was thinking that. Yeah. I would love to, because I do them every week for the ASP.NET community stand-up, and I'd love to group mine kind of.
Yeah, exactly. We need to add that. That's silly that we don't allow that. But at the time we just allowed a very.
I got a feature request to add in too later. I should log an issue. I want tags. I want to be able to put tags on mine.
Put tags on your list?
Yeah, just hashtags or whatever.
Deny. Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's great. All right, so that's what this does. Now, what's nice about this is that normally we'd have to pull this down, run it, and check to see if it works. But we're not actually going to do that, because with static web apps, it's gone ahead and built his entire change, API and all, and it's running here. So where'd it go? Here? Is this it? No, here. So this is his. So we're just going to call the API. And the only thing I don't know, John, is whether or not
What the action URL is?
know what if it includes the secrets in PRs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's find out. So what we're going to do, because in VS Code, if y'all haven't seen this extension in VS Code, Thunder Client, chat, if you haven't seen this, man, it's amazing. All right, so we're going to new request with Thunder Client. It's a post. And this is the URL we're going to send to.
So I'm not sure though. Is the web app URL the same as the function app URL? I guess it is.
It is correct. Okay. Yeah. And then for the body, we need to pass the body, and we can get that off of a request here, right? So we could do like.
Yeah.
The other thing is like it's like. That's not about URL.
Copy it from that HTTP file. There's an HTTP file in the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see. We can just pull it out of that, I think. Yeah. So let's just grab this whole thing. Yes, I know that you can use HTTP files in VS Code. And then we'll paste it in like this.
Yeah.
And then let's just see what your change does. Okay, so we get a 500 internal server error. With no result, which I don't think is what we're after here.
You're going to deny my pull request, aren't you?
Well, it's like there's no way to validate it. We could pull it down and run it locally.
Yeah, or, I mean, this isn't required for what we're doing today. So maybe pull request, maybe the right thing to do here is deny my pull request for now and say, go back to work, John.
I think we leave it for now, and then we come back and visit it.
That's interesting. On. So part of what I did is the previous thing had a lot of used problem details, and problem details doesn't directly work in isolated functions. It should return a response. So yeah, let me fix that before we.
Let me try to upload the local settings real quick, because I think I can pick a branch here. Let's try. So it's called. I think it's this one.
Maybe this is a new segment on the show. Burke denies John's pull request.
Yeah, exactly. Production, add validation to save links. Okay. So I think that I can upload the settings, and then let's try it again.
Now, maybe it's failing validation because vanity URL test 4 is already taken.
But it should say. It should throw an error, but it should give you a response, right? That says
something useful.
Welcome to Azure Functions, 200 OK.
I mean, now you can check your database, but that's not a useful response. I mean, so my pull request doesn't make the save link perfect. It adds invalidation.
What?
I'm just saying it's not any worse than it was before.
What is this? Test 4, test 3, other test, test 4. Okay.
Those are all our super old ones.
Vanities are supposed to be unique.
Okay, well, wait. Do a new request and put in some new information in it. Like go in your Thunder Client app thing.
But it shouldn't matter. It should deny it. Right? Let's remove, look. Let's remove. So we got test 2, 4, other tests. Get this out of here. What is this? Let's get
clean up our database.
Test 4. Okay. Delete this document. Delete this document. An error has occurred. Okay, fine. Delete this document.
Well, so what I'm recommending is that you create a new, that you update your test client and call it test 5 or call it something that we're going to know which one it is.
Why can't I delete this?
I don't know.
That's odd. Can I delete this? Because I want to get rid of all the dupes. Okay, so let's go back and let's do, fine. We'll do test 5, which this is going to work because it already put a bunch of documents in here. So we got 3. We should have 4 when I refresh. We do. Okay. Now, the real test, though, is that we send across test 5 again, and it says now already exists, right? That's the validation.
Yep.
And we should have 5 documents now, and we do. So, John.
So it didn't return a good error message, but it did fail the validation.
Did it fail the validation?
Did it create a new document?
Yeah, it
or
created.
Do we have 2 test files?
Yeah, it did not work.
Okay. All right. Back send me back to the
John, did you test this pull request before you sent it in?
I mean, I didn't think the pull request thing was going to be this rigorous, honestly. I just copied over source code and got it to work.
Is that
compile? When I say work, I mean compile. Okay. I'll be more, rigorous. Okay, so Blazor, Mr. Miro.
Did you test your tests? We don't have any tests.
I actually do want to add in tests on this, by the way. That would make me happier because the old project did have tests, and I would like to have more unit tests I could run. So that's also another pull request.
So it is my pleasure to come in here and be like, what's the appropriate response? Very nice. Very nice. However, it does not appear to at all do what it claims to do. Denied. Okay.
Counter opinion.
You should be friendlier in your pull request comments. Yeah.
I mean, Victor's happy to ship this one. So I don't know. Okay. Wait, don't close it. Give me an opportunity to improve.
All right.
Okay. I just want a small bit of credit because actually moving this to isolated functions, there's a lot of things that change around. It's actually a little painful. I don't know if you've messed with that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about isolated functions. Sounds terrible. If this was here's the obligatory. If this was JavaScript, it would just work. Comment coming from the JavaScript guy. Okay, now that we have that out of the way. Let's work on who wants to work on the front end? Nobody.
Me.
All right. So to catch you up, here's our front end. And it actually, give me a second here. I have a window sizing tool I use because on Mac, does it size up? Yeah. On Mac, we can't just resize our windows with keyboard shortcuts. Okay. It doesn't work that way. We have to have a special tool. All right.
That's kind of a thing on Mac, right? Like you need all these special tools for all.
You have to have a window management tool. There's tons of them, but it doesn't come built in. That's one of the nice things about Windows is that it's just there. Okay. So this is what we've got right now, and it doesn't look like it works. But if we go to test, right? So remember, urls.com/ whatever vanity URL you want, and then we hit enter. We should get back. Oh, we don't because I think the API isn't running. Let's see here. Oh, it crashed. Try it again. How did it crash?
All right, it's not working either. Oh, there it is.
No? What's going on?
Okay, so
you can no items. Oh, I bet we don't have a test.
You deleted the test.
It did. No?
It's a lot of red.
System failure, exception.
Sequence contains no elements.
Did we delete test 4? Test 5? There we go. Okay, so we need to fix it when
it doesn't find a thing.
Yeah, when it can't find anything. Test 3 maybe has more elements.
I think you deleted 3.
2. This doesn't make any sense. There's more items in there than just freaking test.
I don't think they're called test.
Test 2. Look.
Okay. But some of these early tests,
this doesn't make sense. Except for this one. So wait, test 5.
They're in different formats. Some of the oldest ones were not in the right format.
Oh, lowercase user ID.
Yeah, there's some of that business going on.
Uppercase. So test 4, because the only one that works right now is test 3. What's the difference between test 3 and test 4? Test 3 has an ID of null. Test 2 has an ID of null.
Test 2 has 2 IDs. See how these ones have a lowercase and an uppercase ID?
So does test 2 work? Test 3 works, right?
Nope.
No. Test 2 works? No. Test 5 works? Yes. So these are early ones. So we need to delete pretty much everything that's not
Yep.
new.
And one thing that might be nice is to if it fails in the Blazor, actually console write line what the error was, or give, you know what I mean? Just
I can't delete any of these things. I'm going to go to the portal because it should work there. But let's get this data.
It's opening a portal.
Yeah.
I always thought the name portal was kind of silly. It's very to me it still feels like Web 1.0.
Portal. Your company portal.
That's something the webmaster would maintain.
CGI bin.
Yeah.
Link bundles. This is it, right? Yeah. Items. Y'all, we're just deleting out. Yeah, because look, you know what it is? What is it, John?
There's no vanity URL.
There's no partition key.
Oh my goodness.
That's why. So let's
question here. Wait, no, so that's not it. It's this one here. The whole metadata of the URL is added to the list and stored in the database. Yeah, so this is Cosmos DB, and each document is an entire link bundle. And the link bundle contains all the links and the metadata at the top. So I think, honestly, we should change our HTTP file and our tests to have 2 links. Does that not sound good?
You're saying the whole metadata of a URL is added to the list, is stored in the yes.
Oh, so yeah.
They're talking about this
all
description,
that stuff.
Yes, and the image. And the reason why we do that, folks, is because the call to the open graph. Okay, so this is how this works when we actually get it working. From the front end, I send the links to the back end and say, can you please save these? And the API then calls out for each link, and it asks the website. It actually calls the website and says, give me your open graph information using an open graph library. And then it updates the document. And the reason for this is that it takes some time to call some of these open graph endpoints. And so to make this speedy, we just do it once. However, if their open graph information changes, it doesn't actually show up, right? So there's always trade-offs. That's the way it's implemented now. It doesn't have to be implemented that way.
Can you show real quick? Because it's actually pretty cool when you see on the website when it's running.
Yeah, the open graph stuff.
Yeah, that's honestly, I really, the first time I used the site, I was like, oh, this is slick.
OpenAI.org? No, it doesn't look like it.
Put in Microsoft.
Microsoft.com.
Sure. Come on, baby.
See how long it's taking? Look at this.
Yeah, that's something, some wacky business is happening.
Because that's how long it takes to pull back some of this open graph info. And some of this, sometimes it just fails, right? Let's try a different one.
YouTube?
But look, it got it. Okay, but you see how long that took?
Yeah, so maybe we can play with that and optimize it a bit.
You wouldn't want to do that every time.
No.
Yeah, let me try YouTube. If there is an image, like, oh gosh. If there is an image, it will pull it back. But like in the case of Microsoft, we don't have an image, believe it or not, in our metadata that it can pull back and show here. It doesn't.
It does seem like for some common ones, we can maybe cache. I mean, that's definitely an optimization, but like, you know what I mean? For like, commonly known domains, YouTube, Microsoft, whatever, you know.
Yeah, things people might use a lot. Okay. So let's go back here and I think what I want to do, John, is start with a home page. So let's build this page.
Okay.
Right now,
I have some options / questions for you on that,
okay.
by the way. Well, so your homepage, we're probably going to go the naive way first of all, which is just like build it all in a Blazor page. I think there's a hack that we can use. Maybe some Blazor super smart people would know. In your www root folder, there's an index HTML.
Yeah.
And I think it's possible you can put any HTML that it's going to put in there while the thing's loading. And it's possible that you can put in some just HTML that's like for the home page. And then it gets replaced if it's another page in the site. We shouldn't go down that road. I think we should go to start with. We should do it the standard way, which is just kind of create the home page.
That's interesting though, because if we do that, then it returns it basically instantly, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And we could say, loading 69 megabytes of .NET.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It can do that stuff in the background.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke, y'all.
It's not that much.
It's not even funny. All right. So right now, we got two routes right now, right? One is that if you provide a URL, it goes here. If you don't provide a URL, it actually goes here. And just to make sure that's actually the case, like let's do index page. And this should then, index page. Okay, so what we want to do is recreate this page. And because we've already built that page once, we're going to pull it back in. Let's see, where's the URL list? Front end. Is it just going to give me that file? I don't want the file. Just open a folder.
Okay.
Let's go to dev. Let's go to here and here. All right. Remember, we made them the editor instances. So we had different profiles.
This is old. This is the ancient parchment.
This is the parchment color. All right. So view has pages, but it calls them views. Home. So here is the markup for the home page that we can just pull in. And let's pull this in, and then what the heck is this? Did I just close the other one?
Hey, while you're doing that, there's a few questions that came in. Let me see. This one, I'll just kind of try and guess. Best practice to generate a dynamic form. You can just put your logic in as you go. So you could just put in if statements. That's the nice thing about Razor code, right? So I think that's what they're saying.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Another important thing here in your document, the links themselves are Pascal case, in case that matters. That's on the back end. We can mess with.
Oh, yeah. I think we can look at that at some point.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the HTML. And what's interesting about this, y'all, is that, first of all, I didn't design this. I'm not a designer, and you don't want me doing that. This was designed by a friend of mine named Sim, who's a designer, and he did this. And one of the things that he did, which really caused me some real grief, was he has this subtle arc. It's hard to see it because
oh my goodness, I've never noticed that. I've used this site a million times and I've never seen that arc.
Right. So this is what happens when the designer designs something and is like, hey, here you go. You asked for design, but it's beautiful, right? And so if we squeeze it, the arc becomes easier to see. Do you see it now? See the arc? Yeah. I don't know how well it's showing up on the stream. So this is a problem in front-end development, because how do you do this? You can't use an image because it needs to stretch out, right? I'm just following his spec.
Is this done with is this SVG or is this done with CSS and a curve?
It's done with CSS and border radiuses, and it took me forever to get this right. So this is one of the things that we don't have to do again. So it's basically this home bottom background is all of the magic happens here.
Oh my goodness.
And when
we're doing this on Bulma again. So Bulma CSS framework. So you've got custom CSS, but you've also got, is this taking advantage of Bulma?
It is.
Okay.
But not in this case. In this case, like we're way out in left field. Bulma can't help us here. Okay. So I'm going to comment this out, and then we need to go get this CSS that I agonized over, and you'll see it here. So it's actually Sass, but I don't think it's actually Sass. Yeah, it's not. So let's grab this. And you're probably thinking you're right. That doesn't look that bad, buddy. That's not a lot of CSS. It's not, but it took forever to write it. Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
All right.
Some of those where you're like, oh, how hard could it be? And then you're like,
extremely hard. What is it? Index.razor.css. Is that right?
Yep.
There we go. And then we'll paste it in. So it's like this positioning. You can see like the right positioning and the margin left, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Also, why are we at 4 spaces? Do y'all do 4 spaces tabs? Is that what .NET people do?
I don't. I mean, we could also set up an editor config. I think what's that?
What the heck is that?
Oh my goodness. Editor config is a standard thing. Visual Studio supports it. I'm pretty sure VS Code does too.
Well, VS Code, we put everything in here.
Yeah. Okay. So Googleify editor config.
Editor tab.
No,
look, I've already solved. Okay, fine.
Okay, well, solve that then. That's fine.
What do you want me to do? You want me to look up editor?
No. It's just do what you're doing.
I bet we have. Look, editor config. Right, like this.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a mouse with glasses.
For goodness sakes, man. That was somebody drew that with a mouse.
Somebody's kid drew that.
No, they drew it with a mouse. I guarantee you they drew that with a mouse. They're like, I'm going to draw a mouse.
A mouse drawn with a mouse.
With the mouse. And it was witty in the moment.
People are telling me 4 spaces. You know what? I always use a tab, and I don't really notice it because if it's bugging me, I just change it, you know?
It should be 2. It's spaces, and it's 2. Why do we need 4?
I just use a tab. Then every developer can pick whatever they want.
That's true. Well, that's a different argument, right? Tabs or spaces. Somebody once told me they were like, you should use tab because one tab could be 4 spaces or 2 spaces. Mm-hmm. And think of all the keystrokes. Think of all the data you're saving that GitHub doesn't have to store.
So there's that. I've also heard
conserving disk space.
I've heard from an accessibility thing. If someone's using a screen reader, or if somebody's got some different visual impairment or whatever, and they need to use different font sizes, it's configurable then.
Well, we're doing it here.
All right.
Pilot, where are you at? No. That's not what I wanted at all.
SCM.
Font, tab size. There we go. 2.
Okay.
Bam. Will it fix this? Yeah, it's all 2 spaces. Well, that's because I copied that in. What about this? Fix it. Nope. Format, document. Figure the default formatter. Prettier. Let's go.
Nice.
All right. So let's go back to our Blazor app and see where we're at.
So I am surprised. So the deal with editor config is you can set project-wide settings. You can say always require tabs, or always do this many spaces, or you know what I mean? You can set your project standard. I'm going to sneak in and put in a bunch of coding standards when you're not looking.
Slash is not valid in the start of a code block. It doesn't like something in this index page that I copied in. It's probably this. So we need to move this to, where do we put things?
Oh, you can just Is
that where we put them? Is that where they go? Images? Is that the right path? That's the path, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, in Vue, you use this @ sign, which gets you the root.
Which would normally be cool, but for Blazor, the @ sign from Razor means this is C# code.
This is where we're back to this weird error where 5,000 is taken up and won't die. I need to file this with the Blazor team.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, they got my back here. Editor config is the thing. It's really cool.
Okay, fine. I'll do it in editor config.
No. I'll set it up for you, and then later I'll show off what I did.
You have converted the mass. Okay, so here we are. We're getting close, right?
Yeah.
So
whoa, okay.
Do we have a subtle arc? Where is our subtle arc?
There's no curve. This is like one of those flat earther debunk videos I've been watching.
I wonder if there's something from the global CSS I need to pull in.
It could be.
So let's do this. Let's keep going. So we need an image.
Oh, Janisku's got the thing.
What?
Should there be a dark mode? That's definitely a feature request.
No. Also denied. No. Listen, real developers use light mode.
Bulba has support for dark mode, doesn't it?
No, yeah, we should ask. We should. Yeah. Does it?
I don't know.
Yeah, Victor, we're just denied. All pull requests are denied. Thank you for your pull request. Denied.
This is
explosions. No, that's a great question. We will do that. We should.
Okay.
Microsoft will make us all rich.
Yes.
I hope so. I'm in on that. I can get behind that. I support that sentiment. All right. So let us, John. Let's get some images from this mug here. What are we looking for? Banner. No, that's not it. Let me close this project.
So
banner logo large.
I got to tell you though, Sean, I'm out of luck on this. This is the Burke and John show. I don't have a choice.
I suspect John won't have Burke on again.
Well, I know, right?
Why? What did I do? Because I just
denied my pull request. I think
I denied your pull request. Yeah, he doesn't. He's in it.
Quality eye.
He's in it, whether he likes it or not.
You know, I wonder about this. Would this be better as SVG? I mean, that's.
I feel like I made it in SVG. I don't know. Okay, let's refresh. Yeah, because you notice it like it didn't scale very well.
Yeah, I was happy to see there is a lot of SVG in here. I'm a big SVG fan.
There is some, although I'm not an SVG expert, so
I'm an SVG nerd.
So what is happening here? Now we have to figure out why the subtle arc of the universe is not bending.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Click
this
on
is going to be rather tough to figure out. So is it this? It's this. What is it? That's the bottom, but that's not. It's this thing right here. No. Home, bottom, background. Position absolute, blah, 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 blah. And then what is this?
I don't see.
And then what's this? Yo, why? Where's the style? There it is.
So tiny.
I don't even see the background here. There it is. Why is the get started sitting above the something ain't right? The markup's not right here. What happened? What we do wrong?
Who's
home, bottom, background. Where are the styles?
Okay, so maybe you need to restart it. Sometimes you need, because you're using isolated CSS. Is this the
But we did restart it, didn't we?
Index.razor.css.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Did you put it in the right CSS file?
I put it here. Okay, fine.
Or you can do, yeah.
Style's only available in dark mode. Yeah.
Go.
John.
Is it wrapped the right way? It seems like the get started is in the wrong.
No, there it is. I'm sorry, I had to do a control
refresh.
shift. This caching. All right, we're good. Also, this right here, John, this right bugged the crap out of me.
I know what it is.
I do too now. But I was like, what is this? And why is this happening?
Yeah.
So we should go talk about that. Tell us what it is. You explain. You know what it is?
Is it an input element and you've got default styles on the input that hide it or show it based on editing mode?
It's right here, I believe.
Focus on navigate. No, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. I believe if you take this out, not a rude edit. No, I guess not.
Not that rude. You know, maybe it's doing that for like accessibility and maybe just.
Oh, it's dead. Yeah, it's the focus on navigate. I'm almost quite sure.
All right. We can also, at some point, we can put in an error boundary.
Such a thorn in my side. I think I actually made a shortcut for this.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it is.
So if you don't specify, it can actually, well, you can set a different port. That's what I'm trying to say.
42,615.
Okay, I'm going to disappear just a second. It sounds like there's a delivery. Could be important.
Okay.
All right.
Keeps telling me oh look, it worked. Okay, so it's no longer selecting that. But chat, look, Sean, if you want this to be the John and Sean show, which I am all for, okay, tell me why I get access denied, and we'll switch it to Sean today. If you can give me that answer, because it causes me so much grief. If I was, don't tell John this, but if I was picking, this might make me not choose Blazor because the freaking thing's always crashing. Anybody know? All right.
Have you been bad-mouthing Blazor while I was gone?
No. I said... what I said was this little server thing where it crashes and then locks up and you have to kill the port. That's the kind of thing that would make me not want to use it because
so you can use a different port.
I know, but that shouldn't be the case, right? Like I should be able to just kill the server and restart it and it should just work.
Yeah. So something else is using port 5000, I think.
It's literally the Blazor service is like locked on and won't let go. And it doesn't happen on Windows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
It's okay though. Don't tell Dan Roth that I said any of that.
We should check on that.
He's already mad at me. All right. So now this looks right. It's like fully responsive and stuff. And so now what we need is an add link component because here this is a component.
Oh, this is pulling you right in. This is how you're gonna make your first.
This is how you get started. You enter your first link.
Yeah.
See, Silm's a great designer, right? He knows like we got to get you started on the get started right away. So we got to talk about how to implement this. The way that it's implemented now, this is going to get real ugly real fast. The way that this is implemented now is that you enter a link and then in the global store, it creates a link bundle in memory and it adds that link and then it sends you to the edit page and you are just working with that global store object, right?
Okay. So we can do that in Blazor. I wonder if it's worth the effort though. Like
that's the thing. when I was working
Get started should be a button that takes you to the new page.
Well, I had an idea on this where we can just, because we have an edit page, what we can do is we can just pass the new link to the edit page and let the edit page handle the state. There's really not any reason for us to go to a global state at this point. We've not reached a point at which we need to start implementing a global state. So just pass.
That sounds fine. So they're definitely, it's not hard to create a global state. I always look at the docs for it. You create a service with the static and you just kind of have a class that's hanging out there with your state. But yeah, I like what you're saying. Like, let's create it when we need it.
So let's create a new component. I mean, a new shared.
Yeah.
That's what y'all call them.
Component. It's a component in the shared folder. It's a shared component. I don't know.
And I'm going to pop. What am I doing? No. Okay. Give me a second.
All right.
So we want to create a new link. And because I've already done this once, I just want to have it pulled up here because y'all are always like, oh, you're not prepared.
It's a balance.
We're prepared.
Balance, right?
We're prepared this time. I don't know why I use that voice. I know, Chad, I know that's not your voice. My wife always does that when she's impersonating somebody. She'll use a voice, and I'm like, what?
What is
voice
that voice?
Is that?
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Well, so this is good feedback. Let us know in the comments. We're trying to balance being prepared enough and, like not over preparing. If we over prepare, we just write all the code ahead of time and show it off, which maybe works, but might be a little boring, right? So
exactly. All right.
I feel like the live viewers are like, yeah, it's cool, and then it's the on-demand
recorded.
viewers.
Well, it's a stream. It's not a. Right. Yeah, we'll just stop posting it. So I don't know. Like, we can pull this in, or should I just pull in the complete? Let's just pull it in and like do it the hard way because I know what to do here. So let's pull in new link. You see there's not a lot of markups, so we don't have to do much. It's basically just an input. But the reason why we reuse it is because it gets used. It gets used in two places, right? One of the places is on the homepage here, but the other place is here. It's the same component, right? That's the magic of components because it has validation and stuff. So let's grab this and let's just copy paste. And then all of this will immediately not work because it's not right. So is this right? Code?
Yeah.
So let's look through this.
Whoa, look, Copilot's like, I'm ready.
What did it try to do? Let's see what it tried to do. Bam. Private string, new link is invalid. Do I even want? No, I don't know. I'm not ready for this, man.
Okay.
Back off, buddy.
I don't know. It's doing link validation. It's doing.
It's trying. It's like, I know what you want to do. You're safe with me. Okay. So the first thing is this dynamic class. Didn't we talk about this last time?
I would look at your other one because you totally can do. We did like a ternary thing on there.
Was it? Where was it?
It was in the public page.
Bundle item? I feel like it was here.
See that question mark thing on line 21?
This is not right.
Oh, yeah. We didn't convert that one yet. Look at line 21, though.
This is it. No. This is the source. I don't think this is right. I don't think we actually got to that.
Did we do it on the public page?
We did it somewhere. Am I crazy?
They're not mutually exclusive. We could have got. I think we set the class in a property and you didn't like it.
I definitely remember doing this. Where is it? Nav bar. I bet it's in the nav bar.
Oh, right. So you should see like an @ sign. There it is.
There it is.
Active.
Yeah. All right, let's grab this.
You don't want that closing quote, or you need to be careful with that closing quote.
Copy paste coding. Let's go. I wonder if Copilot could like. No, I don't know what that is. I don't want that at all.
It's interesting.
Interesting is the word I would use.
Get rid of the closing quote.
Class. It probably would have helped it if I had said class.
You've already got a class. It already says class at the beginning.
Oh yeah, that's true. So I don't need it. What's wrong with you? Show menu doesn't exist. Okay, so we don't want show menu though. Let's call it something else like is invalid. So we're gonna add a red outline to this thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you, even though this is valid, we're gonna use Bulma to add this invalid, I think.
Yeah, I'm liking Bulma so far.
It's so nice.
It's nice. It's like lightweight. It's got a lot of stuff. The grid system seems pretty good. I like the component.
It's very nice. So let's go ahead and like write this code here. So let's do see if Copilot. Yes, kind of. And then right?
So you could, I mean, there's different things you can do. I mean, that's always going to set it to false. Are you setting it in an on change, or are you?
Yes. So what we want to do here is, okay, let's go back up and continue on with the binding. Also, I'm going to turn prettier off for this file because prettier does not know what to do.
Yeah, with Blazor.
With Blazor. So, I think it's here. Is it that? No, hold on. I forget what this is.
Is it a prettier config?
It's like this. And I just want to put it here in the project settings because I don't want it to affect. And then here, like, what formatter do we want? There's so many.
I never messed with this.
MS Tools, VS Code. Can I like HTML? VS Code HTML language features. Let's just use this and see what happens. Format. It's fine. What are we doing? Okay. Now we need to bind this. Essentially, this V model here is the same thing as this in Razor. And we want to handle the key up, but in Razor, it's like this.
Bind event.
Exactly. And we need to say on input. Otherwise, it doesn't know when we want to update the model value.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know why I did it this way. On key up, add link. And then here we'll check for the inner key.
All right. The line above is now unhappy. We have.
Why?
Because we have two bind statements.
Attributes must be well formed. I think it's because we have quotes within quotes.
There's the closing quote at the end is not happy. The last quote on that line. You've got two quotes there.
I feel like it's because.
No, I don't. So that last quote on the end of the line you copied from the well, I don't think you want that. So give me, just for a test now, get rid of both those quotes and get rid of that.
You want like this.
No, you want two double quotes. I'm pretty sure. And get rid of that last quote after the Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm sniffing glue. That's all you want for the class line?
Yeah, but why? It was working over in the nav bar. It doesn't work now? It's fine here.
Yeah, that's end of class.
Shenanigans. Is it because of the formatter? No.
Tag helper fix using Copilot. Seems good to me.
I have no idea what it just did. Copilot fixed it, and I have no idea how.
Yeah, quotes.
Get some nice formatting now too. That's cool.
All right. So new link, bind equals new link. So you need a property to bind to.
Right. So we're gonna need, and Copilot, where are you at? No. Nice try, buddy. All right, and then we just need an add link method, right?
Mm-hmm. I was trying to write it for you.
It was, but that's not actually what I want. I want to pass in the keyboard event args.
Yeah, but you need a private. You need to write a method signature.
I do?
You can't just write add new link. You got to do like private.
Oh, I got to do like this. Okay. That's right. Okay, this is kind of what I want. If it's, but actually I don't want to, I want to say like if new link is null or empty, set invalid. Kind of. I don't want this though. What I want to do is just return out of this.
Cool.
What is this freaking formatting?
It's HTML. You turned on the HTML formatter, or maybe? I don't know.
Oh, I don't like it. I'm turning it on. And so I just kind of want to make this first case here.
Okay.
If that's all right with everybody. Also,
and then I do what you just did all the time. I'll write the comment, it'll write the code, and then I delete the comment.
Yeah. The other thing we can do is just like, and then it's essentially handle the enter key events. It's thinking add your code.
Oh, thank you.
It wrote a comment. And
it's like write your own damn code, Burke.
What is this? No way.
I'm not your maid.
No, just I just want out of this at this point. Get out of here. Okay. What we want to do is say if e.key equals, and I think, yes, this is what we want. But now we want to check and basically see if it's a valid URL. Okay. And it kind of is trying to do that. But let's try use regex to determine if the value of new link is a valid URL.
Now, you can also do that in C#. There's a C# class to do link validation.
But do we want people putting in like, yes, it can be any valid URL. Public, okay, what is this, John? I know what this is.
The regular expression to...
No, the notification.
Which notification? The error?
Yeah, do you see it down here?
Because we don't have a using?
No, here in the notification from VS Code. Can you not see that?
Maybe it's because I'm overlapping it. There it is. That looks neat. Find all matches. Public code match detected? Is that what you're saying?
So what it's telling us is like this regex here Someone wrote this and it put it in GitHub in a public repo.
Okay.
And it's warning us, are you sure you want to do that? Like, I didn't just generate this. An exact copy of this code was found in GitHub.
Okay. Now, I think try a comment in. I mean, this is what I would do. Like, this was very quick to write, right? Use the C# or use the .NET URI class to check if it's a valid URL. Right? And then you can say if URI.
Is that right? I have no idea how to use that class.
Yeah, no. So I think it's more like if URI.is. Gosh, I don't know. This is more. Maybe the regex was better.
Is absolute, is default, is well formatted, indicates whether the string used to construct formed and doesn't require further escaping. I don't think that's what we want, right?
There is a utility method that's like is URL, but yeah, maybe never mind. You can go back to your regex. Maybe that'll be a pull request John submits.
Nothing query port query setting that string users give you your info. Yeah, I have no idea. Doesn't seem to be. That would have been nice though.
Yeah. So let me see. C# check.
You know, we could ask chat.
Yeah.
You do that and I'll ask chat. What is it? A URI class? To determine if a string is a valid URL.
Try create.
Create method.
Yeah. There's URI is well-formed URI string.
That's the one it gave us. Right?
Yeah. URI try create.
Oh, it's all. I got the commenting.
Yeah, URI try create, I think, is what I'm reading.
Okay, this is like, why?
Is it showing that? Yeah, I mean, it's preference, I guess. So regular expressions are both awesome and source of some wackiness sometimes. And sometimes also with these, they can be like optimized. Maybe not.
More optimized than a regex?
I don't know. Either way, it's good for me.
Yeah, Victor got it right. Try create. I don't know, chat. Yeah. What should we do? Do we use regex or do we use this? I don't like this because I don't know what this is doing.
It's trying to create a URI from a string. And then if it's valid, you get it one case. If you get another, I mean,
all right.
Pretty readable.
We'll do it. We'll do it your way. Except for we don't need this anymore. So it's going to try to create a URI from a new link. And formatting is now turned off. Over here, Copilot. So we got to manually format. Like the formatting for Razor is not good in VS Code at the moment. This isn't really any good options. Oh.
Let me put us over.
It doesn't even know. It doesn't even know how to handle this.
So now you've got your true and false case, right?
We do, right? So we have if the key is enter, and this is the true case, and this is the false case. So if it's not, right, then we want to set no. If it's true, what we're going to do for now is we're just going to say invalid is false. just to clear the invalid condition if it is invalid or was invalid before, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it mad about this?
Because it's saying it's possibly null. Because if it fails, it'll return a null link. This is it. Don't worry about it. It's not mad. That's a warning.
I don't like to see squigglies.
It's a yellow squiggle.
Okay, and then else, we're just going to say is invalid equals true.
Now, one thing is this overwrites new link to blank line. Is that what you want?
Yes, because what we're actually going to do here is we're going to...
Oh, it sets the value and clears it out.
Yeah, we're going to say, add the link to the link bundle list, which doesn't exist, right?
Yeah, good luck,
doesn't
Copilot.
exist yet. We haven't defined exactly how we want to do this.
Yep.
But for now, we're just going to get the UI working. Man, I wish the formatting would work. We need to follow up and find out what is the recommended formatter for Razor files in VS Code?
I haven't run into this, honestly.
Is there a... Razor snippets?
Nah, snippets is a different thing.
Razor IntelliSense, Razor Switcher.
Wow.
Prettier is not it. Prettier does not know what to do.
Maybe Prettier has a setting, I think I remember seeing a Prettier config file that you can.
There is, but
it's just not.
How can I make Prettier format Razor files correctly? Oh, plugins.
Yeah, see? Prettier.
No way. That can't be the answer. Yeah,
create a Prettier RC file, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to
install. Don't you?
Oh, maybe you do.
Save dev. I don't want to.
I don't think you need to do this business. Just create your Prettier RC because VS Code is doing your Prettier business.
Insert into a new file and save it as
Prettier RC.
Prettier RC JSON.
I don't
share.
Not .json. It's just .prettier RC.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah. What does RC stand for again? It's I don't know. I always have to look that up.
Prettier config.
Resource config.
I don't know. The configure tells it, but how does it? Doesn't know about the plugin. But I don't want to run npm install in this.
No.
Maybe it will just work. Okay.
Maybe. And so this is an important thing. This is so you may need to say .razor and not .cshtml, right? For files in your Prettier RC, I think you need to change that .prettier RC file extension.
See, it puts void up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try it.
No. But go to Prettier RC.
Yeah.
Star.cshtml, star.razor. There you go.
Think this will work?
I have 0% confidence that'll work.
It's not working.
It's not working. All right, well.
I guess because that plugin's not installed. So no formatting for now.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Minimap. Okay. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh no. It totally did.
Oh no, my goodness.
What is this? I should not have done. You know what? I'm not. Just going to Control Z my way back to
oh my gosh.
Safety. Please stop.
Just reset the repo. Get reset hard.
Did it? Oh man, it's so jacked up. Get out of here.
Okay. I recommend saying there's a hurricane coming.
Please. Oh, Prettier just hosed us. Close enough. No, wait. Because we already handled this, so. I'll know you. This is how you program. Don't act like it's not. All right. Just put our to-do comment back, and then we just got to remove. We just got to put the void back, and we're good to go. So do not use Prettier with Razor until we
apparently
figure it out. Okay, that's right. So now I think we can like run this and just test this out. Add link doesn't work. The hell it doesn't. Add new link. Is that what we want? On key up. Is that right? We want add new link.
Add link.
Yeah, add new link. Yeah, that's right. Because this is like you garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not going to work because of this. Just unfortunate. I swear I made a command that was like kill 5,000, and now like the terminal is just jacked. Get out of here.
Oh.
Let's start this all over. Kill. I swear I did a kill 5,000 command. Anyway, we'll try it. It probably won't work.
Yeah, .NET Watch should at least restart it.
Oh, it did work. I'm a liar. I don't want that window though. I want a different window. I want this window. Let's stay. Oh, we need to add it. It would be helpful.
Are we on 500 or 5,000? Okay, good.
Where does it go? It goes here. The nice thing about Blazor is that you don't have to explicitly include these things. Whereas like in JavaScript,
you don't have to import it.
This. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate. Okay. Kind of. Why is there an error? What's the error?
Says this doesn't look like a valid URL.
Yeah, but it's saying an unhandled error occurred.
A lot of things.
Well, I'm just going to ignore that.
Okay.
Or not. It doesn't like something. Yeah, this is like impossible to debug.
JS interop.
System type. We do not support patching of existing table calls. System.
So that may be a rude edit sort of business, and just stop and
Wait, that's just an error though, right? I mean,
if it says something about patching, then I'm like,
yeah, there we go. We're good. So it doesn't look like a valid URL, but it is a valid URL. So wait a minute. What did we get wrong?
No. There's no URL there. It's an empty. Don't you need HTTPS?
I don't want to require HTTPS. No, that did work. Okay, so it cleared it out. But this is a valid URL.
And that's how, okay, so then the URI formatter thing I led you astray with may either have a setting or we go back to the regex.
I think the regex is like the easiest way to do this.
See, okay, URI kind of absolute. Relative or absolute? Maybe? I don't know. I took you down a twisty corner.
It's still angry about.
That throws an error.
Doesn't like something.
I feel bad. I shouldn't have made you rewrite the regular expression.
This operation is not supported for a relative URI.
Yeah, so when we changed it from, it actually threw a thing if you scroll down in the code. It's being overlaid by the terminal. Scroll down the code window slightly. I thought something came up where it was like...
We could look at problems. No.
Yeah.
I feel like this is too complicated at this point.
Yeah, just go through your regular expression, and then I can like send in a bad pull request later that with no tests.
Now import this.
Mm-hmm.
No, just Copilot, can you do it? No. No.
Yeah, you want to do
using, right?
Using.
There we go. It got it. It figured it out. So we want to test this because we don't actually know if this like what
yeah, so then you say when still it's not, that's actually not setting the value. You got to say URL regex.isMatch or something.
It probably is gonna
Okay, that's all good.
Okay, so to test this, I'll show you a trick. There is an extension called regex previewer, but I don't think it doesn't automatically come up in Razor files because it doesn't know. But like we should be able to highlight this. This is some oddly formatted regex, man. What is that @ sign?
See, that's the thing, right? So that @ sign is escaping the C# code. That's that's C#. That's not. Whoa. Did I lose Burke or did Burke lose me? I think Burke may have closed out the window. Can you see me, chat? Can people see me on the chat? Thumbs up. We see. Okay, I lost Burke. Something happened. He's going to say it was a hurricane. I don't believe him this time. You only get one chance. All right. We lost Burke. Well, all right. I'll kill time while we're waiting. I was bringing up a hurricane animation. So let me see. While we are waiting, I can share this at least on our repo. Yeah, Alt F4 solves any errors. Absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen because I want to share this, which is just kind of our general plan of what the heck's going on. So let me see. I am go here. So this is the stuff we've gotten done, which is actually a decent amount of stuff. I was adding the create method to the API. That's still in progress. And then we've got this one. I'm going to move this over to in progress because we're doing that today. And you see I created this add dark mode on the fly. And actually this is, as we're kind of ramping up more people, like you can find this, you can go to this project, like people can do pull requests or issues or stuff like that. Tests is definitely a thing. Do I not have that on there yet? Let's add that one in. Add tests. There's a few different kinds of tests too that we could be adding, which includes unit tests. It could also include like playwright testing for UI testing and stuff. I wonder if Burke like completely, it would be funny if he was like coding away and didn't know. We lost you. We lost you. Maybe he knows it. Maybe he doesn't. Watch, like he's like finishing the entire app. So this is some of the stuff, and then if we look at as far as there you go. Copilot suggested that. Yeah, I realized, by the way, I think, am I sharing my window or my screen? Let's try and present again. Share screen. Share entire screen. Go with that one there. Cool. Back on. Yeah, so I realized with mine, by the way, I didn't have all the things. So I made sure I have Copilot, and then I also have the GitHub Copilot chat. And so that is making things better for me. Let's add Burke back in. What happened, Mr. Burke?
I was closing a bunch of tabs. I just closed the StreamYard tab, and then I continued to talk for like basically since I've been gone to nobody.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, well, so should we add your screen back in?
Yeah, I'm a trainer.
I was just showing off
real life. By the way, y'all like my Buc-ee's t-shirt? You know what Buc-ee's is? Is this not the ugliest thing you've ever seen?
Buc-ee's is a food thing, right?
It's a gas station.
Oh, okay.
But it's not just any gas station. They built the largest Buc-ee's in the world, and it's like 200 gas pumps or something like that.
That's a lot of gas pumps.
Yeah, it's a lot of gas pumps. All right.
All right, we're sharing.
All right, so while you were gone,
yeah, you rewrote the app.
I realized that we need to wrap this error message in an if statement and only show it if it's invalid.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so there we go. The only thing is, like, look at this why does Razor, it flickers?
So maybe it's loading. I think it's because it's like actually loading.
That's not a great, I feel like we have to figure this out. Like,
yeah. Now, also, when you're running locally in debug, it doesn't do all the optimization. It does. It actually does some building and optimization stuff. So, but when you're running locally, it's in debug mode, and it does it's like you're local, you don't care, right?
All right. So for now, let's pretend like this isn't going to happen. And
I see what you're saying. It's flickering the error message and then it's hiding it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So we could flip it. We could basically have that thing be not shown by default and then show it if. And there is an error too, by the way.
Yeah. Flip it.
Unhandled error.
It's not shown by default.
So you could set the class on that to like not valid or what, or like display false or whatever it is.
That's what I would do, right? I would do something like what's the, I can never remember.
Is there a Bulma thing
is
for
invalid? Oh yeah, what is Bulma's got a helper for this? Let's see what it is. The helper is visibility, is flex, is inline, is touch,
that's a lot
is tablet, is hidden.
Is hidden. So you could just say it's hidden by default and then toggle that.
Yeah. So you say if is invalid, I'll never get the syntax. So it's just a ternary. And then otherwise is hidden. No. If is invalid, then that, otherwise is hidden, right? That's right. And then we can remove this. And now we shouldn't get the flash of unstyled content.
There you go. FOUC. Hey, a question here from chat. I believe I know the answer, but I want to make sure. Asking which Azure subscription level. We are doing free pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, we're doing Cosmos DB free tier, Static Web Apps free tier. It's just free. Free. I was getting an error, so I restarted, and yeah, so now we don't get the flash there, which is nice, and then we can be like, boo, and it's like, that doesn't look like a valid URL. So the last thing I want to do here is add styles to this. I'm going to pull styles over because we do this like fun thing. Oh, where is the style? Like, how do I?
Oh, so question from Greg. If you don't type a thing, should we not hide it? We shouldn't be hiding it. If you type an invalid URL, it doesn't hide it, does it?
Because why would it?
Yeah, so it doesn't hide.
We could check on key on input.
Yeah.
But then it's going to say this doesn't look like a valid URL until.
Right. That's not nice.
Yeah. So what we could do is remove it if the box is empty.
Yeah.
We could at least do that. Let's do that. Let's take care of that. So we're checking and we're saying add new link. If string is null or empty as set invalid to false. But we don't actually want to handle. No, we don't want this here.
So there is a good question here too. There is actually some built-in stuff in Blazor for an input that does form validation, which is something we could refactor this to. So I think part of what's happening is we're porting over an existing app that uses an input element and regular expression and stuff, and kind of like moving that over. But there is a yeah, let me see. If it is valid, no, we do want to we want to hide the thing if it's valid, because
right. So that's not a valid URL, but then if we take it out,
yeah, that's good.
Right. So and then all right, but I don't like. Why am I not getting the line around my box? But when I go to my old, yeah, where are my is large is invalid? Where is my is invalid style? Because it ain't here. Is it here? Yeah, because but where's is invalid?
Is it part of the shake error thing?
I think, or it might be adding the wrong class. Is it part of the shake error? No, shake error is an animation that gets called from somewhere else. It's here. So I just need to make sure that this got
and it does pull in shake error
refactored correctly when we asked Copilot to move this over to CSS.
Yeah. So, and just to clarify this one here, so we are intentionally setting URL to blank if valid. This is because it's a shared component, and once you enter a component, we want to clear it out so you can add another one in.
Are we not we are importing app.css, right? Didn't we do that in the index file?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening here? Why is it not? This is an input. Is active. It just got an is active class. Did I? Is that what I put?
Yeah, you did do that. I think I remember. As you were typing that, I'm like, oh, I got to remember to tell Burke, and then I did not remember to tell Burke.
Oh, I need to put an invalid one in. Nope.
Do we need to stop it and start it?
Maybe.
Which, by the way, we're at 11. I don't have like a hard stop now, but
yeah, I think we can like make this. Yes.
Yay. Okay.
So we have our interaction.
Victory.
Yes. So we have successfully completed the homepage. I mean, all we need to do now, and I say all we need to do is like take this to the edit experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got another page checked off, man.
Awesome. Okay, and also just while here's what I was looking at while you were closing your browser tabs. Here's some stuff. So I'm going to move our create new link component over to done, right?
Yeah, we done.
And then we need to I added a few other things. There's this error boundary, because now whenever we get an error in Blazor, we just get that yellow thing at the bottom, and you can actually put wrappers around different things so the whole page doesn't explode. So that would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So next time up, I guess we want to the API is like kind of in progress, but not done. So our next time, I think we want to do the create page, or how would you call
I think next time we want to do the create page. That is correct. Where when you enter a new link here, instead of just clearing out the box, it takes you over to, it does what this does.
Yeah.
So if you're here and you put in.
Wait, well, we're showing my screen. Let me go back to you.
Sorry, it just sends you here. So this is the screen that we want to do next. Where I think we're going to add in, the new link, which we already created. So this component just comes right over.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll make this list here.
Do the drag and drop. I'm excited about that.
The drag and drop, I don't think we should touch until later on, but we'll create the UI.
Yeah. Okay. This looks awesome. That shouldn't happen.
All right.
That's an Easter egg there. Oh, we got to put a few Easter eggs in.
Definitely.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, this was wonderful. I feel like we got a decent amount done, and on to next week.
Thanks for joining us, chat, and good to see you all. Thanks for being here. Specifically, Rhett Run.
All right.
I don't know.
I think it's time for some peppy music, right?
Do it. Play us out.
Oh,